Carmichael, Dave, and Jason. Did something happen last night? What happened?
It's day before opening day. That's what happened. Something about baseball, I think. I'm not sure.
Oh man, I mean, I watched you on television last night, and I could see the emotion, and I think it really reflects what everybody feels, Dave. And you've been the leader of the fan base for so long, and today is a day of great joy. And why should we be so happy about a basketball team? Because we should be. Because it's a great thing to be happy and joyous about, our Kings. And you know what? All the suffering makes the moment just so much sweeter. I mean, if we were used to this, if this were, routine or expected, be different, but we ain't jaded. We are not jaded. We're happy.
Well, and I think we all want great things for the city, right? I mean, I think that's in every realm. And now to see a great basketball team taking place, what were your emotions like? You asked about you saw Dave. What was it like for you, Mayor, when the clock hit zero and the Kings were going to the playoffs?
Well, I mean, I was with my son who's 26 now, and not good.
Did we lose you?
Can you? Hi, is that any better?
Yeah, we got you.
There we go. We got you. Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was watching the game with my wife and my 26-year-old son, who grew up as a Kings fan, and I just felt complete happiness. I mean, and for the Kings themselves, and for the organization, for Vivek, Matina, Monty, the coach, the players, the entire organization, but even more so just for the people who deserve this. And, the world is full of tough things these days. Of course, we've been through a lot as a community, and we better enjoy the good and the great things. And this is one of the good and great things. And so I just felt enormous pride in my city, and in the fact that we have character, that we never give up and we stick with it. And in the end, sometimes good things happen.
Mayor Darrell Steinberg with us. I want to take you back, Mr. Mayor, because the show really is today for the fans. It's for the people, whether they were active in rallying or whether they just in their own way tried to keep this team here, or even just watched and cheered on. I want you to take us inside the St. Regis because I love hearing the story. I want you to take us inside the meetings. I want you to tell us about there was one Seattle Sonics fan there, and props to that person, but there was an entire city block in Manhattan of Kings fans. And Mr. Mayor, you could hear those fans chanting from inside the St. Regis, and whether it made a difference or not, I don't know. But the other owners, they certainly heard the passion of Kings fans that day in New York.
You better believe it made a difference. One of the things that gave us an advantage was the fact that David Stern and the NBA Board of Governors and the entire league knew that this fan base was unrelenting, and would support continuing to have the Kings in Sacramento. And that isn't something, to be taken for granted, because if we didn't have that to start, I think the outcome would have been very different. But there was also another issue, and that's why I got brought into this. The league did not believe that we could build an arena fast enough downtown to satisfy the league, because what David Stern said is you can't guarantee that you're going to build the arena and that there aren't going to be unending lawsuits and all kinds of controversies. Well, then the team will move to Seattle. So Mayor Johnson called me, and I always remember April 2013, and asked if I would take a red eye back to New York City to make the case that we could build this arena without lawsuits that would hold it up. And so I flew back. I was a little tired, but the adrenaline was pumping, and it certainly helped to see you and everybody cheering us on. And I went in there with the mayor, and David Stern asked me one very simple question. He said, "Are you willing to use your office to pass a law that would make it harder for anyone to stall the construction of the arena?" And so even though it was a daunting challenge, and I didn't know for sure whether I could or not, there was only one answer. And that was, of course, Mr. Commissioner, we're going to do it. And so he was satisfied. And then we went back, of course, and I introduced SB 743, which said that even if there was a lawsuit, that whoever brought the lawsuit could not stop the project. You couldn't halt the project. And it was controversial, and it was difficult, but we maneuvered our way through the legislative process. It helped that I was the leader of the Senate at the time. And 743 passed, and the governor signed it. And Governor Brown signed it, and that was, I think, the final piece that allowed us to move forward here. And, of course, the arena was built in record time. It is a magnificent building. It has helped save the downtown, and it is the home of the Kings. I mean, and it's a beautiful story, and I'm just, privileged that I got to be a small part of this of this moment, because and by the way, I go back much farther. 1995, I was a young city council member, and by a 5-3 vote, we approved Jim Thomas's request for a $70 million loan. And if I had woken up on the other side of the bed and had voted the other way, along with Jimmy Yee and some of my other colleagues, voted yes, by the way, the Kings would have been gone in 1995. And so this is not just a decade-long love story for me and for many. It goes back, almost 30 years now to 1997. Excuse me, not 1995, 1997. So it's that makes the moment even sweeter. It's just like struggle means joy when that struggle is overcome, and that's what we have tonight, and it's only the beginning.
Well, Mr. Mayor, we appreciate you joining us. If we're going to blow through commercial breaks, we're going to do it for the mayor of Sacramento. And I know you're a huge Giants fan. We got Rockland's Logan Webb going today and opening day against the Yankees. We're going to talk a lot more in the future, but just wanted to say thank you. Wanted you to be able to speak to your Kings fan constituents, and you talk a lot about teamwork. Teamwork makes the beam work, So we got more work to do.
This is all for today is all for the fans, man. The people deserve this. I couldn't be happier for everyone I represent, and outside the city as well, because the Kings are, about the entire region, and now it'll be about the entire state and the country as we go farther as we go deep into the playoffs. So
that's right.
You got it. Thank you so much, sir. I know you're busy today. Thanks for checking in, and we'll be talking to you soon.
Bye, Dave. Bye, Jason. Bye-bye.
Thank you.